Welcome guys to a new video, and in this video I'll be talking about what I wish I knew before coming to college. Now I'm a college sophomore about to be a junior at the University of Maryland College Park, and although Corona cut my time on campus short, I have been through enough college experience to let you guys know things that I wish I knew before I stepped on campus. And a lot of you guys are probably getting your college decisions right now, so you're like, hey, you know, I want to know how to succeed in college, how to not mess up my freshman year of college, etc, etc. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what you can do to just make your overall experience better. So the first major thing that I wish I knew before coming to college was how far classes can be. Now my college, University of Maryland, is a huge college, right? The campus is like a mini city. Classes can be 1 to 2 miles apart, and this was the case for me. I lived on the north campus of college, and my classes were sometimes south campus, which was probably a mile away. Now my business class in particular was at the edge of south campus, and since I lived at the edge of north campus, this was a 25-minute walk I was looking at every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that was by no means an easy walk. And I remember on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I had a class that, again, was a south campus, and it ended at 1:50. My next class, which was my math class, which was very important for my major, and it started at 2 o'clock. And the distance between these two classes was a cool 20 minutes. And I had to make that commute within 10 minutes, otherwise I'll be late for every single math class. And guess what? I was late for probably 80% of math classes, and the classes that I wasn't late for, I was becoming Usain Bolt and hitting like a 440 on a 100-yard dash.
Cambridge, Bolt takes the lead. Oh, it's the triple trick. He flies away. It's not
because dang, that class was far. So if I could go back in time, I would make sure I would take into account distance when it comes to, you know, when I'm designing my schedule for classes, because I don't want to become Usain Bolt every Tuesday and Thursday just so I can go to class, right? No one wants to do that. No one wants to go to class sweaty, hair all messed up, you know, it looks like you just ran a marathon. That's whack. And by the way guys, Apple Maps / Google Maps was probably like my best friends during this time, because I would literally listen to Apple Maps, Siri, or Google Maps, Cortana, or whatever, tell me where to go from class to class, because when you arrive on a campus that's so big, you have absolutely no idea how to go from one class to another, right? You don't have that cognitive map in your brain. I know you guys may be asking, well, if your classes are so far away, why don't you just get a bike? Now, a lot of my friends do bike, and biking is a great way to go from one class to another in a short amount of time. Sometimes I would walk with friends, and I really don't want to be riding a bike while they're like walking by me. That's just weird. And second of all, I don't want that extra baggage / luggage by me as I go from class to class. That's just too much work. And now the second big thing I want to tell you guys is try to make friends and branch out as much as possible. When you first go to college, everyone wants to make new friends, everyone wants to meet new people. That's what the whole college experience is about. Now, I'm sure your parents have, you know, talked to you about college and hyped it up, become this place in your head that is a place where you can make 100 new friends on day one, which is not the case. In college, you have to make an effort to make new friends. You have to make an effort to get out your comfort zone, get out your friend group that you brought from high school, and actually go out and meet new people. My personal experience, what I did was I joined a club, the Indian Student Association, and this was a well-known club in like the brown community, which is like Indian stuff. And by joining this club my first semester of college, I was able to meet sophomores, juniors, seniors, you know, make friends across all grade levels. And as a result, I was able to get into like some exclusive parties, and by going to those parties, I was able to meet even more people, and that's really how I made, you know, more friends. And of course, in your classes, you're gonna have group projects, and you really want to make sure you build relationships with the people you have, you know, these group projects with, because that's like an easy way to make new friends. And of course, the biggest tip I can give to you when making new friends in college is to be yourself. Don't become this fake person that you really aren't. Literally act like how you would act with like your best friends of all time. And now I'll give you guys an example. I remember I was at a party with one of my friends, and this girl came up to me and she was like, hey, I think you're really cute, can I get your number? And now in these situations, right, you're most likely gonna never talk to this person ever again, because this is a party where everyone's like drinking a lot of apple juice.
Why you always lying?
But yeah, I gave the number, and I already knew that I probably wasn't gonna talk to this person ever again. But then I think one day on winter break, I actually ended up FaceTiming this person just because I was bored. And they picked up, and as a result, you know, we talked, we became really cool, and we ended up being like super close friends the entire second semester of college. And it all started by me getting out my comfort zone and just attempting to FaceTime this random person that I never met. This person was like a junior in college too. And that's just one off-guard experience that I had that helped me make a super close friend. Another experience I had was I remember coming back to my dorm at like 12 a.m. like it was super late, and then this girl was in the hallway on like the guy's side, and then she's like, hey, you. I was like, what's up? She said, do you want to knock on these people's doors? And these people were like my neighbors because they're like 2 doors down, but I never talked to them, right? This is probably my 3rd week of college. And then I was like, sure, why not? And this is like basically kind of like privacy intrusion, not really. But we knocked on their doors and they opened up, and then she just went straight in. Like, and she never met these guys either. And they're like, yo, are you good? And then I was like, what's up? And they're like, are you with her? I was like, nope, just met her right now. And they said, oh, all right, come on in. So then all four of us just sat down and we talked, and we really all hit it off. We found out that we all came from the same county, Baltimore County. The two people were Banneker Key scholars, which is like a full ride to UMD, just like me. So I was able to meet people who were in like the same situation I was, just by going in their room at 12 a.m. at night, like straight off the whim. And these crazy impulsive / off-guard experiences are some of the best experiences you can have in college, and they end up letting you make probably some of the best relationships you will ever make with people in your college career. So I'm glad I did that. You know, talk to all the people that I've met in those situations still today. So I really recommend, you know, just preparing yourself for these off-guard experiences, keeping an open mind, being yourself, and just don't have any stigmas or like stereotypes in your head, because college is a place where you can really meet a lot of new people. So you want to do that. And now my third tip is class scheduling. Guys, class scheduling is a big thing. I talked about it earlier in the video. You don't want to make your classes that are, you know, right after each other be like 2 miles apart in distance, because at that point you're just running, you're getting all sweaty and getting all dirty to go to class, and you don't want that to happen, right? You want to remain stress-free when it comes to going from one class to another, especially because what if you have a test that day and you end up coming 10 minutes late? Professors don't care.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
They'll either not let you take the exam, or they'll say, oh, I guess you got only 40 minutes instead of 50 minutes to take the exam. So make sure you account for distance when scheduling. Secondly, do not make 9 a.m.s, guys. Now, unless you're an early bird, most people don't like 9 a.m.s, and trust me, you may think you can wake up at 9 a.m. because all of high school you've been waking up at like 7 a.m. When you're at college, things are different. 9 a.m.s are really hard to get to, so I just don't recommend doing it. I did it, and I regret it, and I'll probably never do it again. And last but not least, do not take over 18 credits, guys. Over 18 credits is a lot. You're gonna fry your brain, you're gonna be super stressed, you're not gonna have time for yourself, time to have fun, and you're gonna make college all about studies, which, of course, education is #1, but have some fun too. And that goes to my next topic. I wish before I came to college that someone had told me, hey, your classes can be super hard, like even your gen eds. Now, gen eds are a class that you have to take no matter what, just to graduate, right? Classes outside your major. I thought these classes were gonna be super easy. But no, gen eds can be some of your hardest classes your entire college career. Harder than your major. And my major is computer science, which is a pretty hard major. So gen eds being harder than my major means that these gen eds, 1, are on steroids. 2, why are they even this hard? And 3, I should have known better and not taken these gen eds. But after I learned the fact that gen eds can literally make or break your GPA, I started using websites such as Planet Terp or Rate My Professor, which let me know for my college what classes were, you know, harder, which classes were easier, which professors were better, which professors were not as good. Because another thing is, guys, professors can make or break your college experience for that class. Because you really don't want to end up with gen eds that are super hard, because you want to spend most of your time on your major classes. Gen eds are like classes you just happen to take that you're probably not even interested in. And then my next tip is handling attention and friend groups. Now this goes back into the friendship side of things, where you want to maximize your bonds at college, because this is something I really, you know, appreciated more after we got sent home because of COVID-19. Some of the bonds that I didn't maximize, friends that I made that I really didn't talk to as much at college, I fell off with them. I no longer really talk to them that much. I could hit them up and we'd be cool, but we just don't talk as much as we used to because we didn't really maximize the bond while we were at college. Now, of course, if you have a lot of friends, you can't really spend time with every single friend, but you want to still at least maximize the bonds that you cherish the most, that you care the most about, as much as you can, because the last thing you want is losing a close friend. Because that's kind of sad if you do, right? Luckily I didn't, but I know a lot of friends who did, and some of my, you know, not as close friends, I fell off with them too, and that's just something that you really just don't want to happen. So be sure to have a nice blend of being an introvert, but being an extrovert as well. And now going back to the friends / social side of things, we're going to talk about hookup culture and managing friend groups. One, because hookup culture for some reason gets a lot of views on YouTube. But first, let's talk about friend groups. So you're going to have 2 main friend groups, right? You're going to have your core friend group, which is like the people maybe you grown up with, maybe people that you knew before coming to college, and you're going to have your new friends, right? People that you just met at college exclusively. You know, sometimes spending more time with your core friend group, which more people tend to do, can almost kind of damage your relationships with people that you just met. Because yeah, they're still your friend, but you guys aren't as close, you guys aren't having as many experiences, so like that friendship bond isn't as strong. But it's just better to not fall off in the first place. So that's why I really do recommend maximizing your bonds with friends you make at college, and your core friend group will always be, you know, your closest friends, right? They really can't be replaced. And this brings me to hookup culture. Actually, that's not a proper segue because core friends and hookup culture just like no match. But hookup culture is a big thing at college, and especially at University of Maryland College Park. And if you're someone who doesn't really like that scene, like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know really don't like that scene because, to be honest, that scene is kind of trash. Being comfortable with yourself and being confident in yourself and like what your relationships mean to you is the best way to not fall in the trap of like hookup culture. But you don't want to end up sacrificing relationships that you could make that could be way better and last you a lifetime for hookups, if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? And not just that, guys, you also don't want to end up being that person, that guy in your friend group where, or girl, where you're like, hey, I can't meet tonight because I'm gonna meet this random stranger that I'm probably never gonna talk to after tonight. Why would you do that? Why would you not have a great experience that you'll remember the rest of your life with your friends and just want to meet a random person that you've never talked to after 5 hours? But that's really the things that I can tell you guys about college, my experiences, and things that I wish I knew before coming to college. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video or could take some key things away. I know this video is kind of long, but I just want to get it all out there, be real with you guys, you know, sit down and talk to you guys, and comment down below how you expect your first semester of college to be, or how it was if you already are in college. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out, dude. Peace out, dude. Peace.